No más.
Dice, sí, antes no cerraba.
No, my teeth, my teeth.
Antes mira.
¿Mati está aquí?
Vidro.
Isidro. Ah. Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna bring it back. Scanning. The entire package.
At the same time paying attention here because I've never been back there. I think the price is huge.
Yeah, and you have. That's very.
I went in there for 1 minute.
No. Like, think I'll sit down and go through lesson by lesson.
You already have it.
Stop.
Y eso que lo practiqué como 3 veces.
Stop it.
Plus, I had some holiday. I had a holiday.
I had a supervisor in parks after 40
Only?
last paycheck and just sickened.
I'm 22 horas ya con. Ahora. Sí, yo no.
He's the director of the fire.
But I just left a full.
Annie's coming with the agendas.
Who else we said? Sir? Hey.
Gomish. How are you, brother?
Stairs instead of the elevator. The elevator's Los niños, todo.
Ay, sí, toda una pila de personas.
The wife and then the 3 babies.
Yeah, I saw it at the
We're good? We're good?
I see the new flag.
Tell me one more now.
Saw it.
Right,
Saw it
the
on
flag.
Agenda.
Ready?
No. Una librita.
I wanted to.
You don't think it's coming.
Good evening, everyone. Meeting date, Monday, June 3rd, 2024, at 6 p.m., Commission Chambers, 500 Southwest 109 Avenue. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Coconut, the absence of Commissioner Martin.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for invocation.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, we pray. Thank you for another day in this beautiful city, in this beautiful country, the greatest country ever. Please give us wisdom and revelation as we're here making decisions that affect our entire community, as well as bless our community. Continue to bless our community. Bless our officers, all the first responders. Bless our mighty military, and also continue to bless the state of Israel as well. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Commissioner Varicillo. All right, so we have any special presentations, ma'am? None? Thank you. All right, presentation of Employer of the Month Award. We have any for today or bump it? Okay. Presentation of Officer of the Month Award. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, I want to make a statement on that. I didn't bring in Employee of the Month Award, but I want to congratulate all those department head and employees that work so hard. We worked through the department heads that are involved.
The mic, sir.
The mic.
Yeah. We got new mics. Let's use them. Really, you
It's
know.
the new toys.
Yeah, because it's pretty much lit up across.
Yeah.
So, bottom line is, we worked so hard during Memorial Day weekend. We have been nonstop for a month. Nonstop. So to all the department heads that were involved and some that weren't, like, there isn't a department head, yeah, she's sitting back there, Annie, that is sitting down, Carmen, our city clerk, Maria Alejandra, Budka, Mario, everybody that worked hard in making sure that we had the numbers, the facts, and that's what came out of that brochure that you see right there, that is done with the facts and figures, and then resulted in what we did. I will go into that later, but I just wanted to thank them. That's why I couldn't pick one employee this month, because we have so many good employees in our city. Thank God.
Okay, so presentation of Officer of the Month Award.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, Madam Clerk,
Major.
City Attorney. Major Waters, Sweetwater Police, 500 Southwest 109 Avenue. On Saturday, April 6, 2024, at approximately 3:30 a.m., units were advised over a main frequency of shots fired and a Doral Police Department officer injured at the Martini Bar located at Doral City Place. The Sweetwater Police Department C-Shift units immediately responded to assist under the direction of Sergeant Osmin Cortez. The injured Doral PD officer was loaded into a marked Doral PD vehicle to be transported to Ryder Trauma. Sergeant Cortez directed his personnel to begin traffic shutdowns along the route to Ryder Trauma to facilitate the rapid transportation of the officer for medical treatment. Once the officer was successfully transported to Ryder Trauma, Sweetwater PD returned to the incident location to continue providing assistance to Doral PD. Sergeant Cortez and his personnel assisted with the conducting of a search of a parking garage adjacent to the incident location in order to ensure there were no additional victims or potential subjects. This search revealed no additional victims or subjects and ensured personnel on scene that there were no active threats while conducting their duties, securing the crime scene and maintaining scene security. Sergeant Cortez and his personnel worked swiftly, effectively, and as a team during this critical incident. The immediate response and crucial assistance they provided to Doral certainly made a difference in this complex, high-stress, and dangerous situation. All C-Shift personnel are to be commended for their action on this day. Sergeant Cortez provided invaluable leadership and supervision during this incident. For these reasons, Sergeant Osman Cortez is being recognized as Officer of the Month for April 2024.
Yeah.
Very proud of it. Just like that.
Have it again, this guy's.
I got more. You want to stand here next to your dad?
Right the other way so we can get a picture. Thank you, sir.
These are the pictures you see 20 years from now, and you say your kid is much bigger than you. Congratulations, Papa.
Close, Chief. Close. See, it's good to be the shorter guy.
Proud of you, bro.
Thank you, sir.
You did a great job.
Good job.
Congratulations, Papa. You were the first one.
You were the first one.
Papa, you know
This year they do.
you're the first one.
This year they do. All right, we're going next. Any reports of officers, boards, and committees? No? Any additions and deletions to the agenda? I believe we have 3 additions, H, I, and J.
Through the chair,
Go ahead.
Mr. President, I'd like to table item H.
Item-
The mayor and I are working on this issue, and we need to add some language and work with Chief of Police on it. So if we could just table item
H.
H to next month's meeting,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, so we're tabling H to the next meeting. All right. Any petitions, communications, or remonstrances? None? All right, 10, organization of the city commission, code requirement, and we're gonna start with A, B, and C. Ralph, if you could please interject.
Sure. So, the process for selecting a commission president and vice president is contained in our code. The chair shall open the floor to nominations. Every member of the commission has the privilege of nominating one person. You do not have to nominate anybody, but you can nominate one person. You can nominate yourself. That can be the one person you nominate, but only one person. Once the chair determines that there's no further nominations, then the floor will be closed. The chair shall then call the vote. The clerk shall poll each commissioner, who will respond by stating the name of the preferred candidate. Should a candidate receive a simple majority, that's 4 out of the 6 who are present, then that candidate becomes the president. If not, if the vote is split, then it will be submitted to a revote until a candidate is selected. If there are more than 2 people running, the top 2 go forward to the next round. Once that is accomplished, then the chair shall announce the same process for the selection of the vice president. Are there any questions?
All right, so just to make sure, we're gonna, if someone nominates a name, and it's the same name that someone else wants to name, they don't have to nominate the same person again.
No. You don't need a
First-
second.
Okay.
You do not need a second. All you
All right,
need is a
so-
nomination.
So we'll go ahead and start nominations from left to right, as we do as for roll calls.
Commissioner Yanni?
Sorry. I had to get used to it. I want to nominate Marco Villanueva just to give opportunity. He has never been in that position before, so I think we all should have the opportunity, to take that place.
Commissioner Reese?
I'm also as a team player, and I would like to give the opportunity to Commissioner Marcos Villanueva.
Well, it's the same.
Commissioner Diaz?
Yeah, I would like to nominate Reynaldo Rey again.
Commissioner Vallecillo?
I don't have a
Yes.
nomination. They've already been nominated.
He
No.
does not. He does not need to nominate.
He does
anybody.
not, okay. Commissioner Villanueva?
I guess I'm gonna vote for myself.
So there are 2 candidates. One being Commissioner Villanueva and the other one being Commissioner Ray.
Uh-huh.
And the clerk will call the vote one at a time, and commissioners will vote by stating the name of their preferred candidate.
Okay. Commissioner Yanni?
Marcos Villanueva.
Commissioner Reese?
Marcos Villanueva?
Commissioner Diaz?
Reynaldo Rey.
Commissioner Villanueva?
Myself.
Okay, we have, and Commissioner Vallecillo?
It's a tough choice. 2 great guys, but I think Ray's done a good job, so I'd give him another year. So I'll go for Reynaldo Ray.
I'm gonna vote for myself.
President Ray?
So that's a
Aye.
3-3 split.
It is a 3-3.
Okay. You can submit the voting again until you come up with, you can, unless if you have further nominations or, a runoff election.
Runoff election.
Okay, so you keep voting until you get a candidate.
I didn't realize that.
Now, it does say, in the event that no candidate obtains a simple majority, then a runoff election shall be held among the top 2 vote getters following the above procedure. So there are only
Off
2.
your mic.
Yeah, you need to turn on your mic.
In the event that no candidate obtains a simple majority, then a runoff election shall be held among the top 2 vote getters following the above procedure. So you continue again.
Continue.
There are no more nominations permitted under the ordinance until somebody changes a vote and there's a majority.
Now, I
Once
have a question.
again.
We don't have another commissioner. Can we we postpone this for the next meeting, or we have to do this?
It's a very good question.
Through the chair,
What?
does the vote has to be in order?
Excuse me?
Does the vote has to be in order again?
In the same order? No, not necessarily.
All right. So if I want to nominate Renato Ray as the president of the commissioner, can I do it right on the spot?
Well, he's already been nominated, so you don't need to nominate
If I
him.
want to vote,
For him.
Yeah, you can,
You just need to,
can I just go ahead and do it?
yeah, well, if you can call for a vote, if you wanna call for another vote.
Well, yeah,
then
can you do it,
another
please?
vote.
Yeah.
okay,
But it's not one commissioner, it's the entire
The
panel.
entire-
Can you
Yeah.
please do it?
okay. So should I start by Commissioner Reese then?
Start however you think is appropriate.
Okay.
yes.
Commissioner Yanio,
Marco Villanueva.
I will vote for
Commissioner Reese?
Renato Ray.
Commissioner Diaz,
Reinaldo Ray.
Commissioner Villanueva,
I think this thing's already done at this point, right? Yeah, I'll vote for myself, but congratulations, Ray.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Ray.
Commissioner Ray. Okay. Commissioner Ray, President.
Thank you, guys.
Now you do the same thing. You can call for a second, you can call for a second vote.
I mean,
to-
not me.
Yeah, no,
to
I'll call for
show
the second
unity.
vote.
Yeah, if you want to show unity, yes.
Call for a second vote?
You wanna,
Alright, so we'll go ahead and call for a second vote for the,
On the same item?
on the same item.
I'm confused, through the chair. What are we doing? You already won?
That's what I was saying, I mean,
It's okay. It's just sometimes, if there's already a winner to show the unanimous front on the next time, it's done.
Well, I did that last year.
That's what I was trying to state. But that's fine, if you wanna keep it the way it is.
I'm fine.
yeah,
with
we'll
it.
go ahead and move to the
Yeah.
next one.
So the process continues, it's exactly the same for the selection of the vice president.
No, I already did it, so it's fine.
Vice President.
No, we gotta do
We
vice
need to
president.
call Vice President.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Alright, so we'll call for same left to right, starting with Diana.
Commissioner Yanio,
Let's see if Marco Villanueva will have the opportunity. So Marco Villanueva.
Commissioner Reese,
I would love to give Marco Villanueva the opportunity to be a vice president of the commission.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yeah, I would like to give Marco Villanueva a chance to be a vice president.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Y Dani Yanio.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
I'll nominate myself.
President Ray,
No, no nomination.
So you have three candidates,
yes, I do.
so take the vote.
This is a vote for the three candidates.
three
It's,
candidates.
Llano's on it, Marcos Villanueva,
Marcos.
and Ian Vallecillo.
And Commissioner Vallecillo.
Okay.
So again, you vote by stating the name of your preferred candidate.
Okay. Commissioner Yanio,
Marco Villanueva.
Commissioner Reese,
Commissioner Marcos Villanueva.
Commissioner Diaz,
Marcos Villanueva.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Marcos Villanueva.
Commissioner Vallecillo.
I think
That's it.
that's it.
Just
That's
go ahead
it.
and give Marcus a chance.
So that's
Okay.
it.
Commi-
You have to
And you
Marco
have to
Villanueva.
vote
Yeah, so it's unanimous.
Marcos Villanueva.
unanimous.
Unanimous.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Congrats, Marcos.
Thank you. Thank you. Congrats.
So at this point, you have a new you have the same
Vice
president, you
president.
have a new vice president. You can switch seats, or you can remain in those seats until the end of the meeting, however you wish to do it.
I'm fine with staying for now.
Alright, so we're going to C on the same topic 10. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater authorizing new signatures on all bank accounts of the city, providing for transmittal, providing for instructions, providing for authority, and providing for an effective date code requirement. Go ahead.
Move.
We have a move by Commissioner
Moved by Commissioner
Yanni.
Yanni.
Yanni, I'll second this item.
Okay,
Yeah, we all have to do,
Yeah.
change
Okay.
the signatures
Thank you.
at the back.
Roll call.
Commissioner Yanni.
Yes.
Commissioner Reese,
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Yes.
President Ray,
Yes.
passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
And
Alright,
just
so-
to be clear, the resolution is, obviously amended to include the names of the new candidates.
Correct.
Of
Okay.
the new president and the new
Mhm.
vice president. Because otherwise it's in
We
blank.
have to amend it.
Yeah, it's in blank, okay.
All right, so we're moving on to 11, the consent agenda. If I have a motion to consent the agenda.
Move.
Second. Roll call, Madam Clerk. It was moved by Commissioner Villanueva. Second by myself. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Reese,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
President Ray,
Yes.
passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We're moving over to 12, the staff items. Item A, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater selecting successful bidder for RFQ 2024-02 website services, providing for authorization, providing for funding, and providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
This is, this item pertains to an RFQ issued, website design services, which will render an enhanced city, website that is so needed for our city. 4 firms were submitted and qualifications, and Civic Plus was the most qualified and highly responsive with 339 points on it. Civic Plus has over 25 years' experience in service and has over 10,000 government entities. So we felt that this would be the best firm to serve the city, and that's why we had a team led by our IT director, and to note, Stephanie Buca, Scott Middlesburg, and Noel Gill were in the selection committee too. So this is what we came up with, and I think that's why we're moving it forward. Appreciate your vote on this issue.
All right, so we have a move by Commissioner Yanni. I'll second the item as well. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
Commissioner Reese,
Yes.
President Ray,
Yes.
passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Going to B, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater authorizing open market purchase under Statute 2-234 City Code of Ordinances, approving purchase and installation of certain outdoor lighting equipment, providing for authority, providing for funding, and providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz, the floor.
This is in Carlo Park. This is for the lighting. We're basically, the lighting system that we have about $245,000. We're moving it to try to be used through the impact fee, since it's a new capital project and it's something new that was created for Carlo Park. So this is just to basically take it from the positioning that we had before and put it into the impact fees and use that money to pay for it.
Sounds good. I'll go ahead and move this item.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Yanni. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
Commissioner Reese,
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
President Ray,
Yes.
it passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Going to C, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater authorizing donation of $5,000 to the Little Abner Foundation, Inc., providing for authorization, providing for date certain, and providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
This is something we have promised when we attended the Disney on Wheels. We forgot to put it in the budget in the beginning. And it's one of those things that promises made, promises kept. I think we could not find a better
Move.
organization on that.
Second.
All right, Madam Clerk, it's been moved by Commissioner Ruiz, second by Commissioner Vallecillo. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
Commissioner Reese,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
President Ray,
Yes.
passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, moving over to D for now. Can we go ahead and do the other items before skipping the other items, Ralph?
Yeah, there's one
Yeah.
there.
Just
that-
to,
Yeah, so the next one would be.
the I and J,
Yeah, the
J.
next one would be
and then we
the,
could just continue on with, okay.
Miami diaper, ban.
Yeah, I wanna move over to those and then we'll go
Correct.
continuing. All right, so item I, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater authorizing donation of $5,000 to the Miami Diaper Bank, Inc., providing for authorization, providing for a date certain, and providing for an effective date. Commissioner Vallecillo.
Move.
Wait, one second. Do you have something to say,
Yeah,
or?
something real quick. So the Diaper Bank has contributed a lot to Sweetwater, done many distributions in Sweetwater to help out our residents. So I just wanted to help them, giving them a donation. They have a campaign right now called the All for Moms campaign, and they're always helping everybody out. So I just wanted to give them something.
All right,
Yeah,
just to,
Mr. President.
Yep.
well, I mean, go
This
ahead.
is something that Commissioner Garcia brought to my attention. It's something that we also fell short when we put things together. The organizations that do help within our community, they constantly come and they do their diaper giveaway, and I think is one of those that's actually helping our community directly. So this is why I wholeheartedly supported Commissioner Garcia's positioning on this.
Yep,
We
thank you.
have Saudis, go ahead.
Yep, yeah, right on, man. This is good support. This money, did we budget this?
No, this is what I said just now, that wasn't within
Okay.
wasn't within the budget, so we are doing it this way to help
Okay.
them out. When we do a re-budgeting situation, we'll make sure it's in there for
Did-
the next step.
Don't we have, each commissioner, no, I'm talking about, we put like $10,000, I think, for donation. Did we have that, an item?
We did donations in the beginning,
Okay,
the entities that we thought.
right?
And there was a couple that were out.
So, that's already
and-
out.
And this is
Okay,
why
okay.
we're kind of catching up on that.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
You know.
All right, so go, did I have a motion?
Yes, you had a motion by Commissioner Reese.
Ruiz and second by myself. Okay.
Okay.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
Commissioner Reese,
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Yes.
President Ray.
Yes.
Passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Going to item J, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater retroactively adopting and approving that certain contract with Stucco Drywall Contractors, Inc., and application for payment, authorizing payment thereon with impact fees, and providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
Thank you, Mr. President. And this is the two bathrooms that, I don't know if you all know.
Yep.
There was two bathrooms that were installed out of a room next to the building that is between the tennis court and now the new pickleballs that are being,
Right.
courts that are being done. So we created two bathrooms because the amount of people that are probably gonna be using the pickleballs, courts and the tennis
And the
courts
tennis
now,
courts.
or any of the elderly
Right.
that sometimes come for the food giveaway and stuff that we do in the building adjacent there, that we could do these bathrooms. So in order, since the new capital improvements, we're doing the same thing and doing it through the fees, impact fees, and to be able to get that money through there and move forward. That's it.
To the
Move.
chair.
One second, we have a motion, but go ahead, Mr. Villanueva.
So, Mr. Mayor, these monies are not, I think you got us something like $12 million from your previous position as county commissioner. So this expenditure is not from that. You're using park impact fees. That's brilliant. By the way, thank you again. That park hasn't had a bathroom in years. I go to our parks 4 or 5 times a week. I got small kids, so thank you for that. How much was the expenditure? And if you don't have it, I'll just give it you later.
It was $50-something thousand, if I'm not mistaken. 50 even, actually.
Yeah.
In today's market,
They worked it hard. I gotta admit, both, let's just say Ms. Buka has a good way of negotiating.
No, that's
And,
unheard
and
of.
our park director also kicked in, but, our maintenance director came in and, squeezed a little too. So altogether, I was a little amazed at the cost that first
Yeah,
came out
that's-
in bids.
that's-
It was very high.
Today's construction cost, even on a rental, is like $170 to $200 a square foot, and whatever that is. So great job on that. That's unheard of. Thank you. I don't have any more questions. If that, I yield.
All right, so we have a motion by
Commissioner
Commissioner
Yanio.
Yanio, and I'll go ahead and second this as well. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Reese,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
President Ray.
Yes.
It passes.
All right, so moving back over to D, nomination, consideration, and appointment of members to the Planning and Zoning Board by the City Commission, City Code requirement. This is just to confirm.
To confirm,
Ones we
each
have.
member.
Alright, just, is anyone changing?
No, I'm not changing.
No one's changing, is anyone changing their planning and zoning?
I gotta talk to my guy, he's having some health issues. Hopefully, Alex Mendy.
Okay.
Hopefully, comes out of it okay, but, I'm gonna hold off for now.
So for now, we're all staying as is.
As is.
Alright,
As is, yes.
Good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Saul?
Yep.
Ruiz?
Yes, sir, mine remains.
Yours remains?
Your remains.
So all remaining.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So, going over to the three that we always go over, and not sure how we go ahead about not naming these
Removing it?
Table.
Excuse me, removing the three,
E, F, and G.
boards.
Yeah, because we keep going and nothing happens. Not
I
for
would
anything,
need, simple, I would need these are all, provided for by ordinance. So I would need a request from somebody to draft an ordinance.
I'll make it easy, through the chair.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Ralph, do me a favor, go ahead and draft an ordinance to eliminate the,
Youth advisory.
no, the business development,
Okay.
board, that's the one that I created. I'm going to respect the wishes of the maker of,
The other two.
of the neighborhood improvement, which is Commissioner Vallecillo. The Youth Advisory Board was created by Commissioner David Borrero, who's no longer here. I'll go ahead and give Commissioner Borrero a courtesy call. But for now, go ahead and create legislation to eliminate the Business Development Advisory Board.
You need a second?
No, he's gonna create
No, he's gonna create
legislation, and that way.
Language. Yeah,
I'll-
for next.
Yeah, so I'll
next
present
meeting.
at next month's meeting. That's, look, we've been at this for
We keep
God
going
knows
over
how
and
long.
over. We're not
Why beat a dead horse?
You're on a treadmill.
Instead of
So
just,
I'm just gonna just name them right now, just for the sakes that we have now.
Yeah.
So E, nomination, consideration, appointment of the Youth Advisory Board. None.
None.
F, nomination, consideration, appointment of members to the Business Development Advisory Board, sorry. None. And nomination, consideration, and appointment of members to the Neighborhood Improvement Advisory Board. None.
Can
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
So, since Marcos did his part, I guess I'll do my part as well. But first of all, like, I think we need to get rid of everything, but I think we might be able to get rid of everything with no problem. There's been a loss of interest anyways, but I think the board served their purpose and really helped these kids with polish their resumes and learn a lot about how city functions. And every single one of them is working for either a member of Congress or a member of the State House. So it gave them, or other cities, and they're doing well. One of them is our Parks Director, so I think and another guy is the Chief of Staff of another city. I think they succeeded, but I don't think we really need to continue with these. However, with neighborhood improvements, it's a beautification board, and I just wanted to bring up one point about that there's several grants that require cities to have some kind of beautification board to get it, so I'd rather leave it to be safe, because then we're ineligible for things like Tree City USA and a couple others. So I'd rather leave it there. They don't have to meet, just have it there. So when that grant comes, we have that board there ready to go.
Respect.
So what's up to you guys? And when the mayor wants to say
That's
something.
Anyone has? Good?
I have a question through the chair.
Go ahead.
The Tree City USA grant that we received 5 years ago, we didn't have that board.
No, so what originally happened is that's when Robert created the Parks, Trees, Quality of Life Advisory Board that you guys created back then. That's the one we changed into this one. So even this one wasn't something new we created, we just renamed an old board.
Yeah, if I may, there was a predecessor to this current board that had essentially the same duties, and that went back all the way to the Maronio term. Excuse me, I'm getting a call that I do need to take. Excuse me for just a minute. Ralph and Drew?
I do wanna know what happened with the Tree
May I?
City USA signs that we had. Just wondering.
Mr. President?
Good?
I think that in today's world, what's asked is some participation of citizen-type boards when we're looking at these things. But if you allow me, I will it's very important because we're going after several large grants, and some of them are beautifications that we might be looking at, to get treescapes, to get all kinds of things. I don't know if it's a requirement that you have to have it, but if you allow me a little time, let me look at it before you wipe it out. And if anything, you guys could adjust accordingly. But I don't know enough to say. The one thing I will tell you is that we don't wanna do anything that could hamper anything to do with trying to get any grants. Because the grant situation out there is very difficult, everybody's competing, and it's only gonna become more competitive in the future, because a lot of those grants, not grants, I guess the monies that we got from COVID, and as you said, Commissioner Villanueva, yeah, it did bring a lot of money over, but there was a time that the federal government was opening up the doors and giving out a lot of money. But those doors are closed now. So now it goes to certain types of different grants that everybody and their brother is applying for. So I don't wanna take out any situation that could possibly hinder that happening. But again, I need to really do a deep dive and have a good look at it. So you can prepare whatever you wanna prepare, but just give me a little time to be able to analyze. And if anything, we change the name, we put it more direct, whatever needs to be done. But I just wanna make sure that we're not taking a back row to other people.
Through the chair, one more thing. I'll give you guys a really good example. The FERDAP grant, Florida Recreation Redevelopment Association by the state of Florida. We got that one for the exercise equipment at Linear Park. That one, it explicitly states in the requirements that you need a resolution from some kind of beautification board. So that one is one that it is a requirement. Well, a requirement worth, I think it's like 20 points or so. I applied for that one numerous times. So
Oh, good, we'll do some
Yeah.
homework on that, and we can come back to it. If we need it, we can stay, it's not a problem at all. Alright, so we're going over, so we're going over to 13, reports. Mayor's report, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. On summer camp at the parks, we only have about 31 kids so far. It's a start. A lot of people are waking up to the fact that we're doing summer camp again. I wish it was more at this point. We looked at several great people to work the summer camp, but I can't bring them all on, obviously, if we're not gonna have more children. So as we start, which is, I believe, the 9th? The 10th, okay. The 10th of June, summer camp will begin. We have, I think, 31 kids that participate, and we're hiring 4 people to basically run a lead and 3 assistants. If we need more, we have a list of people we could hire from, but the number's out there. Again, there's a lot of competing summer camps, but for the cost that we have this summer camp, which is 130 a week, plus it all includes the t-shirts, the field trips, the food already is given by the county, but it's part of it. Everything is included for the parents, and they drop off the kids, I believe, at 7 and to 6 p.m. So I just want you to understand, if we could get that information out there, I could also hire a couple of people before somebody else hires them. But for right now, I could only go with what we got, and as we move forward. So that's the summer camp, and I think we get the word out there. Hurricane season, as you know, hurricane season is just around the corner, and stated that we're gonna have several storms, a lot of named storms. We are working, assigned the police department to do a tabletop. I think it's Chief Diaz assigned Chief Fernandez to start the tabletop process, to immediately start looking at all the things that we need to do. They're gonna meet with me, I believe, before the end of this week, discuss it, and then I'm gonna bring department heads, employees in, and obviously, I will call a meeting, and we'll sit down and we'll do it in, I guess, sunshine, or either that, or I'll bring each one of you separately so we could discuss positioning and things to do. We have to be prepared. And that I know that I don't have to say it twice. When there's a rainstorm, we automatically contact each other, we're out helping. And everybody does that in this city. So I don't have to get into it too much, but what I'm trying to tell you is we're looking at everything and making sure that we're prepared and ready, and we have the proper equipment put in place to be able to deal with things. Our pumps are being all reviewed constantly by our maintenance department. Our drains are being cleaned everywhere. This is something that's constantly happening. I'm reviewing a couple of slow areas. For instance, one on 6th Street, on 130 Court. There's a little half-block street that goes in there, Avenue, I'm sorry. And off of 6th Street, we have slowage on the drain systems. Then if you take that area out, when we go over to the Area 2, we have some serious flooding in that area. Area 3 does not have the kind of flooding because that area has been done on a higher ground. It's been done with sewer, major sewer pipes and created because of warehousing and everything else that needs to be done. So we're looking at every angle once again, and I'll get a report. I'll probably be calling you in individually. I think I'll probably be the way I'm gonna go and discuss how we're gonna do. The pickleball courts, I know some of you had questions on that because people have been asking how long. Well, we're finally moving on that. They did one part, some of the rain came in, but let's just say that we're working alongside. Hopefully by the end of this week, they'll be engaged again, and we will hopefully finish those within 2 to 3 weeks, and they'll be done. Meanwhile, our park systems is making sure rules and regulations. We're gonna have 6 pickleball courts there, and I'm also bringing down the racquetball courts at the Ronzelli Park and applying 2 pickleball courts where those racquetball courts are. I continue to go through there, and nobody's ever playing racquetball. And I think all of you that frequent the area a lot could probably see the same thing. The 3-wall racquetball in Ronzelli Park. The 4 courts that are there, I think we get more out of having the pickleball courts.
I agree.
Okay, and we made that final decision today so we could start because everything's taken a little bit due to finding merchandise that these vendors have. It takes a little slower to get the equipment and the things that are needed due to the slowness that there is on all this, but we're making things happen. So that's being done. The parks are moving forward. The Ronzelli Park, as you can see, is pretty much demolished. Every other area around it, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Everything's working out the way it is. We're adjusting after taking down the racquetball courts. We're trying to get a savings by adjusting the electric poles that are there for lighting. The poles that are going to be with the lighting. Remember, we're going to have top-end lighting now. This is zone lighting. It's going to look like daylight, basically there, but it's going to be zone. It's not going to be getting into the neighbors' houses like the other lightings did. That's not going to take place. The final what was the final size of the screen? Okay, 44 by 22, something along those lines. Because they found that there was a better company with better resolution, but they weren't as big as the one we were trying to get, which was with this commission, and I actually wanted to get the best for our citizens. But we are getting just a little smaller. 42 by 25. So it's still big enough. So it's a lot bigger than it is now, I'll tell you that right now. And it's gonna be multi-use, and hopefully we can have it set up also for movie nights and stuff like that. So everything in the park is being done and worked on, and everything is going as stated. I wish the the supply system was working better, but for some reason, they're not still where they need to be, and things are taking still a little longer. Now, once again, I stated it earlier, I want to thank everyone that was involved in making sure that we, and all the department heads that put out the information from cybersecurity to all the information that needed to be put out. And of course, Scott Meadowsburg, you know, our financial, the money man, then made sure that we put the right report together and on the finances and where we're at. There is a little thing I think all of you kind of looked at the new numbers that came from a property appraiser. There's a little discrepancy there that we need to fix, and Mr. Meadowsburg is working on it. So we're dealing with that too. So once again, I want to thank everybody for helping put that report together. From that report was the analysis that we did in our first city address that we did. I want to thank you all for being there. It was very special for me, as I'm sure it was for you. And I wanted to make sure that we all did this together. And that's the way it came across. And I think it was done with good taste, and we did the best we could. And the Lord was very merciful and made sure that the rain went somewhere else, that it was needed somewhere else, and not in Sweetwater for the first time, that we didn't get the major rain come down. But once again, that could not have been pulled off without all those. And again, I think we introduced last time, but Alvaro Seguleta, that did an outstanding job and made us all look good up there, and you know, we're very pleased to have them working with us as we are with all the employees that we have. I could not ask for better, and I just wanted to make sure that you all understood that. So, thank you.
All right, we commissioners report. We have any?
Do the chair.
Go ahead.
So, Mr. Mayor, you and I have been political enemies for 15 years. There was a time where you and I couldn't even be in the same room together. I can tell you that you're bringing pride back to the city, and I thank you for that. I thank you for being a gentleman. I thank you for maintaining your word. You know that I'm not a brown noser, and I'm not a very good politician. If I got something to say, I say it, and I don't care about the consequences. I'm looking for something bad to say about you, and I can't find it. I think you're doing a kick-ass job. I'm a Sweetwater kid just like you. I got into my first fist fight in our parks just like you. My blood are on these streets when I was a policeman here. I was hired by Gloria Bango as mayor. Then you beat her in '99, you were my mayor. Then Manny Maroño was mayor when I was an employee. I left Sweetwater. I came back under Jose M. Diaz. I worked under Orlando Lopez, which was not easy at all. And then under Pepe Diaz again. So I've been a city employee under 5 mayors and an elected official under 2 mayors. And I can tell you with great confidence, I know there are people that are trying to divide us. And we had a little, I guess if you want to call it a disagreement or, difference of opinion on who can be president or vice president, wants to be brigadier general. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. The State of the Union, city address, kick-ass job from our chief of police. By the way, every time I say a bad word, I know that Alvaro cringes. I'm sorry. He's already yanked my chain. Our police department did a phenomenal job. This is the best command staff we've ever had. And again, the police department's my baby. I speak to the chief probably 3-4 times a week. And the reason for that is you allow me to have access to our chief. You allow me to have access to our different department heads. You don't obstruct like the previous administration did. Now, you're a political monster. You are. I mean, you know what the hell you know what you're doing when it comes to politics. But when I look at this thing, for 7 years, my picture was never in anything. and never at anything. And again, you make sure that you put everybody's picture on here. Now, I want to make it abundantly clear. I don't care if my picture's on here or not. Except for one picture that I do want to reiterate. There was a picture when we were doing the huddle. They got all the balding spots there. I don't appreciate that one.
But it's not in the book.
That one, no, it is. It is. I'll tell you the page number. Listen, the city's never run more efficiently. Whenever we have hurricanes, it's funny how we all come out. You're bringing pride back to the city. So thank you for that. Thank you for allowing our police department to grow. Thank you for supporting my mission, which is having more cops on the street. I don't think there's a more pro-police mayor in Miami-Dade County than you. Most certainly not a more pro-police commissioner than me. But I can say that my colleagues are very pro-police. I've never seen them vote no on anything. So I thank my colleagues for that. To my colleagues that voted for me for president, I appreciate it. I really do. To the ones that didn't vote for me, I also appreciate you, and I respect you guys, and I care for you guys. At the PBA Gala, it was almost like Sweetwater night. Well, obviously, the guy behind the microphone was Sweetwater, and then he says, hey, Sweetwater's hiring, everybody starts laughing. I remember a time when we were the laughing stock of Miami-Dade County law enforcement. And that pissed me off like you couldn't believe, because I've never done a corrupt thing in my life. Well, now when you talk about Sweetwater PD, I just had a City of Miami police officer ask me, hey, are you hiring? And I told the chief today. We've never had people from outside agencies wanting to come Sweetwater. So you built a dream team. You're bringing talent, and I appreciate that. I hope that the talent that's here that you brought can train our guys up. We got a lot of young guys that need to be trained up. So thank you for what you're doing for us. I'm sure we're going to disagree on a lot of stuff. And I'm really looking for something to disagree with you on. I'm dying to find it. I haven't found it yet. So thank you for that. And the last thing that I have to say is I'm going to be, everybody knows that I've been presenting a buyout of our police officers. I'm going to be presenting that legislation. I'm going to be sitting down with the mayor. I'm going to be sitting down with our finance director. We're going to be showing the cost savings, and I'm going to be presenting that hopefully at a special commission meeting. I'll talk to the mayor, make sure the language is good to go. I've heard some rumblings. Some people are for it, some people are not. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm going to present it. If it makes financial sense, I hope you guys support it. And with that, I yield.
To the chair.
Mr. President. Oh.
Go ahead, Mayor. So you want to?
Go ahead, Mayor.
Yeah. First and foremost, the least thing a man could have is his word. But it's hard to keep. That defines a guy from a man. And I'm a man. And I never changed since my father started me working. I started working with my dad at 8 years old. I am who I am. I don't look at people and figure whether an enemy or not. I just have different positionings, and I put people in different levels. I don't hold grudges. I work, and I try to work with everybody. I don't look in ways to destroy, but try to build. You're younger, you feel a little bit of asset here and there, and you try to move things around. And nobody in this room could pick up a rock and throw it. Nobody. If you understand what I'm saying. Therefore, what I've tried to do is the very best I can, try to earn the respect of everybody I can, but the most important people that I have to earn the respect is starting with my own family, continuing on to the constituents, and obviously you that are sitting up here, and the people that work with me. I don't pretend to be anybody else, especially at this point in life. I could have easily walked away from everything or gone to higher offices, and some of you know what I'm talking about, supposedly. I did not do that. I wanted to come to this city, the city that I was raised in, and you said very clear, the city that gave us our first and everything, because this is where we started. another one up here too. But the bottom line is, the pride of this city has always been here. It's just you have to be a leader and make sure that it comes out and the people do the right jobs and make sure that the right things are done in the city. And that's what we're all doing together. I could try to lead the ship, but if I don't have somebody running the engines, somebody running the navigational, somebody running the pump systems, somebody running something, the ship will not go in the same direction. So, to what you said, I am very appreciative in words, but you don't have to look for anything to try to find negative on me, because there, one, should not be anything there, and two, we need to keep this city united as it is now and forever. We could have difference of opinions, but we're going to have enough with what's coming in the future in many different levels, with just everything in life. We saw what we went through in COVID, and it was a bad place. And we came together even though we didn't agree with one another, but we all worked together and tried to feed people, and we tried to do what we could. I think everyone remembers that. So what I'm trying to say about all this, and to finish, is that first and foremost, nobody's got an exclusiveness on trying to be perfect, because nobody is. Second, all we could do is try our best, and that's all I'm trying to do. And like I said, being president of the commission or chairman of the board of the Miami-Dade County, I'm a Cuban refugee and proud of it. And I'm a Sweetwater boy and proud of it. I am sitting exactly where God put me and where I wanted to be. So I wanted to be real clear in this. I never come out and said it, but now that you said all this, I appreciate it. But you don't have to look for something negative, man. We're good, all right? So, and I'm good with everybody up here. And we got to move forward and do what's right for all of us. So with that, sorry, but
That's
I
okay.
need a little time to explain.
That's okay.
Salud.
Mayor, the bus stops. There's a bus stop on 107 on 6th Street and 7th Street on the west side. 107 between 6th Street and 7. There's a bus stop there. Are we going to have any type of shelters in there?
Are you looking at my notes? The reason why I say that is because we are looking at trying to look at some type of a shelter system.
Okay.
We're trying to revamp. It's just we've been doing so much, obviously, as you could tell in that book and what we gave, that we got to put things in priority. Our bus shelters, some going to be owned by the city, some are owned by companies, but it's month to month, from what I understand. I got to double check the contract and deal with it. But we got to make sure of moving forward. I want to try to look at some kind of a bus stop type shelter that gets some ventilation in a better way. It's May, and we're going through the hottest May ever. Okay, now we're in June.
Right.
And it's not going to be any different.
Yeah.
By the time August and September get here, who knows?
Right.
So what I'm trying to tell you is that we're looking at that, and we're going to try to determine what we're going to do. But we've been doing so much that the bandwidth wasn't there to bring that in. All of us. But that's on our list, so you understand.
Thank you. For now, can we put some type of garbage can next to it? Because there's a lot of garbage in there. I'm a garbage person. When I see garbage, I like to pick up.
We're taking notes, and we'll be on it.
And I already went there, and I picked up a little bit in there. So I just want to see if we can put some type of garbage can in this, because this is the entrance of the city. And it's bad. If you don't have no way to put it.
Again?
This is right there on 107 and 6th Street between 7 and 6.
We'll jump on it.
If you don't mind. Thank you.
Absolutely. I know there's people already moving their head. We're good.
Thank you, Mayor.
But I
Appreciate that.
want to make sure you guys understand, we're looking at a complete change on this. By the way, all the street signs are being ordered already, am I correct? We had a little setback in trying to get the making sure that the right names and numbers and everything we're there. We're just crossing off the boxes, and we should have the street signs here within three months at the most. So then we could start installing them all over the city, because I know that was asked earlier.
And anyone else?
To the chair.
Go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, two things. Is Ronzelli Park going to be ready for 4th of July?
I don't think so. I don't think, because I'd rather them, we had some issue on the poles. The lighting have to be manufactured, because zone lighting is very special lighting. That's why it's so expensive. Because it's actually, and you know this, I don't have to tell you this, is basically from the sidewalk into the park, floods the whole area, and does the lighting properly. So it's taking a little longer to proceed, and we had to make the netting higher. So they had to readjust the proper lighting specified and everything else. So that took a little longer than planned. But the one thing I don't want to do, I do not want to jeopardize quality and the performance outcome for expedientness on this if we don't need to do it. Look, I wanted it by this same time it was supposed to happen. And I told you all that. But unfortunately, at least it's happening, and we gotta put the right drainage system in, which I think starts this week. Okay, this week starts the proper drainage that goes in that park and so on. So, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's gonna be done by the 4th of July. I'd rather have it done proper and done as best as possible than try to expedite it. So your next question is, what's gonna happen with the 4th of July? And what's gonna happen with the 4th of July is I'm looking at probably doing what we did for Easter and trying to work in that same particular spot and try to do it there. And if not, we'll try to make some kind of an arrangement that one area could be done first that I could use, and then we leave this other part. I don't know. We're in the midst of making it happen. Either way, we will, with God's help, have a 4th of July celebration.
Yeah. And then the last thing is, and I know I keep harping on this, I know it's a silly matter, but the water fountain at Ronzelli Park where the tot lot is. And I know that we've ordered parts and we're waiting for parts, but it's been a number of months and the water fountain doesn't work where the tot lot is. So if you guys could get with whomever.
I thought, we'll take care of it. Won't get into it, but we'll take care of it, because it's supposed to have a brand new one put in place, and I have to double check. But it's not just there. It's in Ronzelli, and it's in Carlo, and it's.
So I'll get with you offline, because listen, I've said this. An empty park is a failed city, and your administration is obviously concurrent with what the will of this commission is. We want to beautify our parks, and we want these parks filled. So obviously, I'm being very patient. I'm not going to sit there and harp on a water fountain, but whenever you can, if you're going to sign somebody to expedite that, I'd really appreciate it.
Done. Look into
With that, I yield.
I'm surprised it wasn't done.
City clerk's report. Sorry. Is you attached? All right. I did see attached a city attorney's report. I didn't see that one. You're right here.
Right, I've never actually submitted a written report. So
I'll attach you right here.
The big issue is the Form 6 litigation. And I have searched the dockets both in Tallahassee for the state-based action and locally for the federal action. And there is still no decision on that. There was a hearing held in the federal action on April 22nd of this year. It was, according to the court's docket, 2 hours and 39 minutes long. And it was specifically on the motion for a temporary injunction. The court stated that that an order would be submitted shortly thereafter. That has not happened yet. The telephone call that I took during the meeting was from Jamie Cole, who is the lead attorney in the case. We've been playing telephone tag most of the day, and he told me essentially the same thing, that he confirmed my review of the court records, and it said that there is nothing on file just yet. They have sent the judge an email reminding her of the hearing and asking her to rule. However, that has not resulted in anything just yet. At this point, the form is due on July 1. So I want to have a longer discussion with Jamie tomorrow in order to provide you with a written analysis as to what you ought to do at this point. But at this point, I would suggest that unless there's an injunction entered, you should be prepared to file a Form 6. But I will go ahead and update that later this week for you.
E, police report, I didn't see it attached. Building and zoning report was attached as well, so was code compliance report, public works department report was attached, finance report, community and elderly service report, it is attached as well, and we do have also parks and recreation report. We'll go over to, sorry. Wanna say it again? Police report attached, building and zoning report is attached, code and compliance report is attached, public works department report attached as well, finance report attached, community and elderly service report is attached, K, parks and recreation report is attached. We're moving over to 14, we got unfinished business, new business, go to the order, motion for, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, one more thing I
Go
forgot
ahead.
to mention. Although you should be prepared to file Form 6, I would not jump the gun and file it until absolutely necessary. There are two deadlines to bear in mind. It is due on July 1st. It is not past due until September 1st or 1st. For this, just so you are aware, I don't think I've ever filed my Form 1 timely. I think I've always filed it in August, usually at the insistence of the city clerk because I tend to forget. And I had to file one once electronically through Val when I was on vacation in Seattle. So at this point, my recommendation is not to jump the gun and file something before July 1.
August 30.
And maybe play the
31st.
margins if necessary.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You guys
Through the
got it?
chair.
Go ahead.
Okay. Take these reports very seriously. I received a fine from the State Commission on Ethics because I didn't check a box. I didn't check a box. And Tallahassee had a hearing, and I was found guilty of an ethical violation because I didn't check a box. Ask me if I care, I really don't. I think it's silly. This form is an intrusion on our personal finances, but whatever, that's the rule. I would strongly suggest you sit with our counsel, have our counsel give us counsel. I don't know what his experience is on these reports, but I would most certainly, before you fill this, do not fill this out yourself. Because I think I'm pretty astute when it comes to government documentation, and I had to pay a $500 fine because I didn't check a stupid box. So I'm just giving you guys some really good advice. All right? And that I you. Check the damn box.
Good. All right, motion for adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
17.
Adjourned.